But I want to be very, very clear. This hearing that we shall have next week will ask some questions, and we will need to have some answers received by this court. That is why right at the beginning I did situate this court's jurisdiction as being quasi-inquisitorial, quasi-investigatory. It is also the reason in my orders of yesterday I was very clear. State officers have an obligation pursuant to their oaths of office, pursuant to the expectations of the Constitution, and also there is a consequence of contempt of court. This court will not hesitate next week if these persons are not brought before this court or have not already been brought to cite. So there's no need for a contempt of court application. I can do that myself, and I will do it next week. This is a litmus test, Mr. Nyamodi, for your clients. It is. There is no simpler way to put it. It is a litmus test. The people of Kenya have their eyes squarely on the first, second, third, and ninth respondents. They will need an answer that is more than the usual, and that is why I am minded and I will be granting the respondents 7 days. There's also the question of the fifth respondent. The fifth respondent is constrained in the Constitution from issuing direct instructions to the National Police Service. I appreciate that. But there must also be a response from the fifth respondent in terms of their constitutional obligation, in terms of policy. Is there going to be a policy from the Ministry of Interior on how we navigate this going forward? There's also a question of the National Intelligence Service. All these bodies need to put in considered responses, and perhaps Friday this week is not doable. Mr. Guyo, may I have my diary, please? Yes.
Would specifically wish to make an application for the attendance of the first, third, fourth, and fifth respondents for purposes of cross-examination. For purposes of cross-examination on the subject matter. That is, my Lord, the Inspector General of Police.
Mr. Njiro, you will note,
Yes, my Lord.
you will note that in my orders, order number 8
Yes, my Lord.
of yesterday, the persons holding the apex offices in the respective constitutional bodies or agencies listed as respondents or interested parties in this matter shall be present in person at the hearing of the application or shall otherwise be represented by duly authorized officers of their respective constitutional bodies. The court has made itself clear on that. Let us not,
That's okay, my Lord.
yes, let us not go backwards. So tomorrow is a public holiday, but the midnight oil shall nevertheless be burnt. I am minded to say the 6th, Monday 6th. No, Monday 6th for responses. Rejoinder by 7th. We come back for hearing on 8th.
This can be 8th in the afternoon. I'm requesting this because I'll be, or we leave it in the morning. I'll be in Kampala, but I'll try to be here in a similar matter.
Yes.
But those responses will inadvertently cover or negatively cover the petition. Give us some clarity whether it makes sense to just subsume the application into the petition, and then you happy for us to respondent
Yes.
to do one response that answers the questions raised in the application and the petition,
Yes.
and perhaps also we take direction on exchange of submission so that when we come to a hearing, we are enlightened submissions that already had.
Now, nothing prevents a respondent or interested party or any other party from filing anything that covers both the petition and the application. But what will be heard before me next week will be the application. Aspects of it are reiterated in the petition, but when we get to that stage, we will deal with that. So, responses by close of business Monday 6th. Rejoinder, would one day be sufficient, Senior Counsel Musyoka, or should I give 2 days?
I think the urgency of the matter requires that 1 day is sufficient.
Hearing on the 8th. Is that convenient for everyone? It will have to be in the morning. I suspect that this will be quite a lengthy hearing. And since the principal officers of those agencies will be required to attend, based on the responses, if we need to put anyone on the stand, we shall do so. So I will give my directions. So these are my directions. 1, orders and directions dated and issued on 30th December 2024 are reiterated, save for the amendment of timelines as below. Number 2, order number 1 is reiterated, but the date of 31st December 2024 at 11 a.m. is substituted with forthwith. 3, order number 2 is reiterated as is. 4, order number 3 is reiterated, but the date of 31st December 2024 at 11 a.m. is substituted with forthwith, and the appearance shall be at the hearing of this application. 5, responses to the application are to be filed and served by close of business 6th January 2025. Rejoinder by close of business 7th January 2025. And 7, hearing of the application in physical court on 8th January 2025 at 10:30 a.m. and order number 8 of the orders dated 30th December 2024 shall apply to that hearing, as will all other orders requiring attendance. So my final direction for today is 8. In the event that the 2nd to 7th petitioners are found by the respondents or interested parties, the same are to be produced before the nearest High Court at any time, or are to be presented to the officers of either the first interested party or the second interested party. So I will upload these directions onto CTS so that you have them to hand. So before I pen off, I want to reiterate this point. When we reconvene for hearing on the 8th, we will get to the bottom of this matter. Or at the very least, we will make significant headway. I want to state this again. The responses this court expects are not the usual. I don't expect to see grounds of opposition stating, I want a substantive response so that we get to the heart of this issue as quickly as possible. The eyes of the people of Kenya are on us, and they're expecting substantive justice from a high-profile matter. So thank you, Council. I know you have been before me for almost 2 hours. I know with these amended directions, you will all be burning the midnight oil. Your Happy New Year is going to be a new year of drafting. But this is a very, very serious matter, and let us give it the effort it requires, and on the 8th, we will take off from there. Thank you, Council.
My Lord.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And to wish you a blessed New Year.
Thank you, Senior Counsel. Well, this laptop will have to go back to my chambers. I have no other business other than this matter. I will have a cup of tea as I'm typing it up, so you can give me about 30 minutes and you'll see it. All right? Anything else? Yes.
In regards to the other miscellaneous application,
yes.
We are guided by the directions we do as the law society. My Lord,
sorry, I'm somewhat confused.
Allow me to explain.
Yes.
This may have been the confusion that was laid at the onset. There are two matters before the court. One is the miscellaneous criminal application,
yes,
which is before the criminal division.
Yes.
Then we have the petition 714 by the law society,
yes,
which is now currently granted of directive. So I will just state it to the court, because your brother had given us directions, that we either go before him at 12, or if you would be present, we appear before you, which we have just done. So I'm just saying that we then would need to appear before your brother.
No, that is not the correct position. There'll have to be housekeeping. There'll have to be housekeeping, possibly consolidation or being heard together.
My Lord, the
yes.
judge is waiting for us downstairs.
Or stay of the second suit.
My Lord, allow me to say one thing.
Yes.
If we go before Honorable Muteti and he agrees with you that he can transfer the miscellaneous criminal application with to you, then your orders should apply to that application so that we can respond and not waste time.
That's correct.
But for avoidance of doubt, my lord, the judge is waiting for us.
Yes. If my brother... No. There's no need for that. The position is very simple in law. When you consolidate, there's only then one matter. So you respond to both matters as one. My orders would then apply in that file as in this file. So please hurry up, appear before Muteti J, so that when I'm giving these directions, if I cite Justice Muteti's directions, I'll also be able to do something on that. All right? Anything else? Happy New Year to you too.
Kuna moja tu, msiangushe tafadhali, beba pole pole. Hii kitu ina pesa mingi.